the first time streaming, so I'm still figuring out things, but I think we are live. So if we are, say something in the comments. And if we are, then welcome to the first ever stream. We are going to be doing a lot more of these in the future. I did spend a couple of hours last night setting up Twitch and things with OBS and putting some stuff in there and all this type of thing. And I had Zach and Spooter and Sam help me and stuff, so thank you very much to you guys. Then OBS overnight decided to just delete all of my settings. And so I got up this morning, ready to stream, and was excited about it. And then, yeah, it deleted it all. So I spent the last half an hour trying to figure it all out again. And as far as all my Let's Play stuff, like God of War and in the future, everything else, it's deleted all of those settings. So I'm going to have to go through all over again. And my dog just licked the microphone, which is good. She's here to say hi. Yeah, so that freaking sucks, man. Especially PS4. I'm going to have to, because it's got delay and everything else. But, you know, I'll manage. Either way, if you're there, if someone's watching, can you please type in the chat so that I know that we're live and everything's working? As I said, this is my first time, so still figuring it all out. I'm live. Sweet. Okay, good. All right. That's a good sign, right? Let's do it. All right. Well, let's get the bounty out of the way. It is Sunday. Oh, it is Sunday. It is item find day. However, we were going to do a bunch of invasion today with badges, but all of the badge content from invasion kind of sucks for DPS, being that it's one thing. It's that meaty head thing. I think Eagle has it. Let's quickly, not the thing, raid. Let's just go in here for a sec. Yeah, Eagle has it. So it is... I can't see it because he's not actually wearing it. What a douchebag. Someone surely to have it. Someone. It's a tank one anyway. If someone's wearing his cosmetic, they're probably using it, right? Unless you're Eagle. There he is. It is a tank thing. I think it's got like damage reduction or something on it. Either way, it's not what we need. Because, here we go. Gav, are you wearing it? You are not. Damn it. It's not what we need. Welcome, welcome. I have my Twitch chat on my iPad in front of me. Because I only have 2 screens. And it makes it a bit hard with the recording software and everything. When I get my new PC, I'll have 3 screens and it'll be sweet. So if I miss a comment, then I'll get to it eventually. And hopefully I've got an overlay on the screen for you guys so you can see the chat. Let me know if that's working as well. Anyway, I can't see what the stats of that helmet is. I can't really remember what it is, but it's a tank helmet. And that's not particularly useful for me. Pardon me. Pardon me again. So I'm not going to bother with invasion too much this time around. We do have a bunch of badges. If we go down here, we have 37 badge pouch things, and then we'll get more guild honor and stuff as we go. And I guess we'll just save them up for next expedition or something. So that's a bit disappointing that there's nothing in this invasion worth going for. But it is what it is. Let's get fishing out of the way. So we'll just do normal Sunday item find, and we do have our runes on, I think. Yes, we do. Alright, so we've got basically full energy and full raid shards, which is good. We'll quickly knock out PvP and stuff as well while we're here, because why not? Just do the top person and you never lose. Except I'm losing. There we go. I also have a giant mug of iced coffee. Now my study still has no blinds, so like the sun's gonna move and I'm gonna get blinded at some point, which is great. But it's all coming, the whole new house renovation-y things. Okay, so that's PvP done. Nice and quick. Let's do some trials. Was that? Yeah, it was 500. Okay, good. So from here out we can get gear, I guess. Trials Gauntlet, I've never really had much luck with that for gear, but you know, you still can get gear, so I guess that's something. But I guess Raid is what we're really after, for gear wise. I don't know, the Invasion's a bit of a bit of a letdown, right? I know a lot of people are a bit like let down with it. If you're a tank, then I guess that Mythic is kind of cool, and the cosmetic looks kind of funny because you're just a giant thing of meat. But as a DPS, there's not really much in there to go for. There are the schematics and stuff as well, but I've pretty much, you know, pigeonholed myself and decided on going for Bobbadom as my tank. So any other tank schems and stuff, not that interested in at the moment. So yeah, Invasion, there's not too much in there to go for. But we do have, I'll have to show you when we get out of here. We do have a fair bit of Crubble sitting there at the moment. We have, I don't know, like nearly 800 or something, I think. On that Sunday item find video, it might have even been last week. I think it was last week actually. We got like 8 drops or something on the video, which was crazy. And I exchanged all of them and the set pieces and stuff that I had, and we just got a heap of Crubble. So I have enough Crubble to fully upgrade a Mythic, and I have enough, well, a Mythic or a Legendary or a set. I think I've got, like, because Mythics are 800 Crubble, and sets are 700, and Legendaries are 600. I think that's right. Yeah, so I've got enough to upgrade a Mythic. That's why I was hoping there was going to be a Mythic ring or helmet or something, but there is not. So if we get, like, if we get a ring drop, a Legendary ring drop, then we can just fully upgrade that. God damn. And put that in straight away. And, like, grab a bunch of TS, which would be good. And Walkham is about to die, maybe? No? What do you call a chicken staring at lettuce? Legs 500. Yeah, okay. I never remember that. I don't know whether it's 400, 500, 600, 5, 6, 700, or 6, 7, 800. I always just make up different numbers. Chicken Caesar salad. Shit. Alright, well, congrats to you for the first chicken joke. Oh shit, I was about to show something. Well, actually, we can still show it in here, right? Once we get out of this, we can go to materials. So I did have a ring, and I did have a helmet in my inventory not that long ago, but I exchanged them both. Let's go to materials. And Crubble, we're at 861, so we got quite a bit. So if Mythic 700, we're shitting it in. We got heaps. But there'd be no Mythic. I was thinking about up-tiering this. I think, William, you're thinking about up-tiering this as well, right? But then I would have to get more Mythics and break them down. And then up-tiering is a son of a bitch for free-to-play. So, I don't know. I've talked about that before, like in power being good. And I think I've got 5% in power and 4% of it is that helmet. So taking that helmet away, I've got no in power whatsoever, but at the moment I've only got 5 anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. Because I've pretty much gone all into dual strike. So if I had like 20% in power or something, it would be more of a thing to up tier it. How much in power do you have? I'm assuming more than 5. See, even on auto, right? I'm at 500 and I'm still dying. Like, not getting wiped, but the fans are still dying. So I'm not even close to getting to 680. Like, I'm gonna need a bunch more TS, a bunch more pieces of gear and stuff. Granted, I've only got 2 at the moment. I've only got these, those 2, the 2 mythics. Hi, I'm David CGO. Hello. Yeah, I've only got the 2 mythics, so the more pieces of gear we put on, the more TS we have, the better we'll be at doing Trials Gauntlet 680. But at the moment, if we're getting killed in 500, it's not the best sign. Yeah, how much in power do you have, Will? Also, is the chat showing up on the screen for you guys when you guys say something? Is it coming up on the left-hand side? I set it up so it should be, but I don't know if it is. Yes, the chat is appearing. Okay, sweet. Okay, let's do some invasion. Now, I know for a lot of you this is the first invasion, your first invasion. I know it's Zilfa's first invasion. He was here somewhere. I don't know where he is. He's gone. And he's like level 200, but he has been smashing it, to be fair. So I know it's a lot of people's first invasion. They don't come around that often. So we'll kind of go through this a little bit. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's just, I think I was talking about it in the last video, about that it's kind of like a just glorified, longer gauntlet, which is pretty much what it is. 14.25% in power and 17.5 dual strike. Yeah, see, that's good, man. That's like split. So if you took the helmet off, you'd be down to 10, which is a fair loss. Whereas 5 to 1, who cares? And you're famous on YouTube, it is true. With a fantastic chicken Caesar salad joke. So if you lost your helmet, you'd lose a fair bit of empower. Well, the same as what I would lose, but considering you're at 15-ish%, it's going to hurt you more, I guess. So yeah, I would up tier it if you can. That would be good. Anyway, invasion. It's pretty much, as I said, a glorified gauntlet, right? So you have 4 teams of 3, and you can use some of the people that they give you. Like, they give you these NPCs that are around town. So Bren, Derwin, Agnar, which is obviously supposed to be Ragnar, Professor Hale, Quinn. There's some others. And then as far as setup, like where you want to put your team and stuff, it doesn't really matter. So I'll show you, we'll do a few of these, obviously, and I'll show you. So at the moment, I've got like my main team that I use for like Trials and Gauntlet and everything else, which is Bobbadon, Walkham, me. I've got that in the front, right? And then all the rest are just made up of the NPCs and random fams I have. So here we've got a tank, we've got a healer, and then Gummy is a like off tank at the back. Here we've got like a 50% block chance NPC with Wembo as healer and Professor Hell as DPS. And then down here we've got Meaty as just a meat shield, Quinn as a healer, Fatty as off tank DPS as well. So this is running with like my best team at the front. So we'll do this, and then we'll run again with like my best team at the back, and we'll see the difference. And the difference is basically nothing. So the way this will work is we'll smash this out and get probably, you know, wave 56 or something, 57. Then these guys will die, and then the other 3 teams will just like limp it into like wave 49 or something like that. What's up, Anthony? Good to see you. Chatting in real time, finally. So we're starting to get high enough that it's starting to hurt a bit. I'm always auto set forget. I'm not going to manual this to get an extra wave. It's pointless. It doesn't really matter. So these guys will start dying in the next wave or 2, although they're going hard, which is good. There is all just the same as in dungeons and raids and stuff. There are certain fams or certain enemies in Invasion that hit like a truck, others that don't, some that are really tanky, some that aren't so tanky. There's some that are like glass cannons that die really quickly, but do a heap of damage. So it's kind of luck of what fams you come against. My previous best was wave 50, which is this. So if we beat this, here we go. This fat bastard is going to be tough. So if we beat this this level, whatever, then this will be my best achievement so far in this invasion. I'm not going to bother manualing, like I said. We're just going to auto it, and we're not going to clear it. Well, we might. So as you see, when my best team goes, the rest of the team like is shit. Although I think we're going to get it. Oh yeah, nice. So that like bowl of freaking Fruit Loop confetti, like space beans, does like a crap ton of DPS, but it has no health. It's made up of I think it's made up of the pyramids from raid 6 or 5 or whatever it was. And as you know, they do a fair amount of damage, but are really weak defensively. So it's kind of like that Snerven or whatever it is, that thing that has like 300 HP, but has like 3,000 attack. Same deal. Feels weird seeing me stream. You can uncheck to disable. Yeah, I was going to mention that when this finished. Yeah, it does feel weird to see me stream. I agree. But I'm excited. So that was, we got to wave 51 with my best team out front. Now what Anthony just said and what I was about to say once I finished here is, with Invasion, if you're going to auto set and forget, I highly recommend going here and always have this on, ever, always, forever, all the time, except for Invasion. Turn it off for Invasion, just remember to turn it back on. Because as you saw when we were doing an Invasion, every time we died we had to click auto again, and it was a pain in the ass. This time, when we do it, when someone dies, it just keeps going. It just streamlines the whole experience quite a bit. Alright, so if we go play, and we change our team around, so if we get rid of these guys, let's just get rid of everyone, and we'll just like redo it. Doesn't need to be the same teams, it's whatever. So if we put us all the way to the bottom, can I click and drag? I cannot. That's annoying. We're going to roughly end up at the same place, like the same-ish wave. So it doesn't really matter where you put your best team and where you put your shit team. I mean, we could not put Bobodom. We could put like Agnar for 50% block. Let's try that. Why not? We'll put Bobodom in the second last one. Actually, we'll put Bobodom in the front one, because then maybe he can just like last a little bit longer. Bobodom, maybe we'll put like a healer in here. What's Quinn do? Yeah, he'll do. Chuck you in there. And then maybe like an off tank at the back. Maybe we'll put like, we'll put Fatty in there. I love Fatty, look at him, so good. Second one, we need another healer, so let's put Oxlaroth, why not? Oxlaroth, whatever. We need another healer. We've got a Wembo sitting around somewhere. We do. And then another something. Let's put Gummy. And then the third one, we need another tank, which can be Meaty. We'll chuck Korgs in there because he's freaking cool. And then another healer. Do we have another healer? Yeah, we got Derwin, right? There we go. He's shit though, man. Well, he's not shit. If you get him early, he's like OP, right? But now with the augments and stuff, late game, he's shit. Because you need to stable him like crazy. So, yeah. I was pretty disappointed actually, taking 2 years to get him, and then I got him, and then the augments came out, and he became like not so great. That hurt my heart a lot. Okay, so we're going with Bobodom, Quinn, Fatty, Oxlaroth, Wembo, Gummy, Meaty, Korgs, Derwin, and then Walkham, me, and this big tank dude. We got to level, what, 51 last time, I think? So if we get to 50, 51 again, you know, it's pretty much the same, right? So now you'll see with the thing turned off, the pause when you die thing turned off, it'll just keep going and just streamlines the whole process a bit. Even if you don't have augments, it's still great. Yeah, it is. He's definitely not bad, which contradicts what I just said by saying he was shit. He's a good familiar, but considering how important augments are, he's not as good if you've got like a +5 something else. So if you had +5 Oxlaroth, like, oh damn, that would be great. But if you don't, like if you had a +5 Bobodom or just a normal Oxlaroth, I'd pick +5 Bobodom every day of the week. Because those augments like scale, right? So the more stable you have, the better those augments are. So yeah, pretty good. And then if you stable a expedition familiar, it's probably even better because they have like Fatty, 60% chance to attack weakest when he gets hit thing. That with augments on top of that as well, like pretty strong. So if you had a +5 Fatty and you just put all deflection into him, all deflection augments and stuff into him, he'd be a beast. Like he would just hit everybody for like a truck. So here we're getting wiped out pretty quick here. We're at 46. Meaty's come in and like said, hold up guys, I got this. And Korgs is like destroying them. And Derwin, or whatever his name is, at the back is doing a bit of healing, but now he's dead. So they should get this wave down and then die. Oh, Meaty's not going to do it. He's got no damage whatsoever. And then we'll see how far we get. So if we get to wave 50, 51, that's where we got to last time. And it looks like that's pretty much where we'll get to. So it doesn't really matter. You put your best team forward in the front, you put your best team in the back, you put your best team in the middle. It doesn't matter. Just make your best team. Make a team that's really strong. And that's the main thing. So wherever you want to put it, it doesn't matter. So if that helped, great. If it didn't, then whatever. Okay, well, that's all that done. We do have we've got 4 thingies, and we've got 5, we want to use 5 thingies. That was good English. So maybe by the time we finish everything else, that'll have regen. So let's do ourselves one of these. And Eagle keeps changing his build as well. Like last night he was at 800 and something stamina. Now he's back up to 1000. I think he was wearing this. He was trying out this meat thing. Obviously he's decided no, because it would have eaten into his set, right? So he's decided that he doesn't want to do that. See, the lighting, man. Like, now it's overcast. And so now, like, the lighting looks alright in here, I guess. And then the sun will come out and it'll blind me. Which is why I need the blinds. But the blinds are going to be, well, they're plastic, but they're like that fake wood looking things. So they're going to be hard. Not like cloth blinds, which is not going to help too much with the echo, but apparently the echo is not that bad or non-existent anymore. I did put a heavy ass blanket down on the ground, and I did buy a green screen effectively yesterday, just like a heap of green, but light is bad. Hang on. Surprised you don't run high stamina the tank in the back, but light is bad. We Twitch people, night people, we never like, yeah, I don't do sunlight. I'm a vampire. Outdoors is scary, right? Yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I bought a green screen thing, which just like a couple of meters of green fabric. I just need to. I think I'm gonna put like a rail on the roof and then put like curtain rings in it, so I can just pull it back and forth when I need it and when I don't need it, and that'll help on the echo a little bit as well. Because there'll be fabric behind me, but that's a sometime problem, not a like tomorrow need it problem. So it'll happen eventually, but you know, probably not in the next few weeks. But it's not important really. But I think putting this big blanket down on the ground has helped with the echo a bit, and Zelda enjoys it. She just sleeps on it like pretty much all the time. If I'm up here, she's sleeping on the blanket. Pretty much she sleeps wherever I go, but the fact that she's got this big comfy blanket on the ground, she's pretty happy with herself. I'd show you, but then I'd have to move my webcam and that would, you know, screw things up. But she's passed out, she's pretty happy. So we don't have a super scroll, and we don't have any rage hub baskets or anything. I used all them in that video last week. Well, I used the super scroll in that video last week and got stupid amounts of RNG, which was good. And then what was funny is, I think I mentioned this, but in that video we got like 8 drops or something. And then I went down on the couch and watched a movie or 2 movies, or I don't know. I spent the next couple of hours at least doing 2 raid shell baskets, which was 40 raids, and didn't get 1 drop. So while recording, got them all, and then when I wasn't recording, got none. And it's usually the opposite. I definitely did mention that because I remember talking about the curse of recording, and I guess now the curse of streaming. So that was interesting, but now it's today at least we don't have the super scroll, we don't have any of those consumables. We do have the badges, but as I said, invasion, there's nothing really I want, so I'm not going to waste them. We'll wait for the next invasion or something. Hopefully hopefully there's something good in the next invasion. I doubt they'll make a new one, because they just made a new one for this. So, what is it? There's the new one they just made. And then there's the one with Yemek and Zarlok and Portal and all that. And then there's the one with, is it Blemo? With the Fatty and Gummy and all that, right? They're the 3 different expeditions. So I think the Yemek Zarlok one was before the new one. So the Fatty Blemo one was the very first one. So that's probably the one that'll come next. I would think they would just do it in order, right? They just do like the first one, the Fatty one, then the Zarlok one, then the new one, and then they'll just like repeat them. But I had a comment on a video recently, and we had a chat about this in Discord as well, I think, about, or it might have been on YouTube, I can't remember, about the fact that they're doing more badge events, which is good. Well, I think it's good, because a lot of the time in previous times, English good, speak, you would have like an invasion, like today, and then you wouldn't have another badge thing for like 3 weeks or a month or something, and then you would have like a GVG, and then because everyone loves GVG, and then that would end, and then like another 3 weeks or 4 weeks or 6 weeks later you would have like an expedition, and then that would go, and then again we would wait like a month or so until the next thing comes out. At the moment they seem to be doing one every week or two, which I prefer, because it gives you more stuff to do. And I know for a lot of you guys out there that you don't, some of you out there I should say, don't really console game or PC game or anything. You just like mobile gamers, and you play 1 or 2 mobile games, and Bit Heroes is one of your like main entertainment sources as far as gaming goes. And that's why a lot of you also have alts and stuff, because you play your main account, you do all your consumables and natural regen and all that stuff, and you're like, well shit, I've finished, what can I do? I'll go play on my alt. And if you're Eagle, you've got like 800 alts and stuff like that. So if Bit Heroes is like your main game, or your main, mobile game or whatever it is, then I think it's really good, right? Because it gives you more to do. So instead of just logging in and doing your world boss or dungeons for familiars or whatnot, and your raids and your Trials Gauntlet, then you've got also expeditions or invasion or whatever it is to do as well. The only downside is for free-to-play players, you don't get to build up your badges as much. So from last expedition to now, I've got 36 badge thingies from Guild Honor. I don't think I used any for GVG because it's GVG really. Like, I'd prefer to use them on something I can get loot as free to play. Oh, I obviously want to help the guild out and everything, and I do. I use a few here and there, but as free to play, you're never going to be in the top donations effectively, or top experience getters, or whatever it is for GVG, or any of the badges. So I prefer to use them on stuff where you can get loot. So from the last expedition to now, we've got 36, which is, it's alright. But if we were to use them today, or while this invasion is on, by the time the next expedition comes around, we probably only have like 10 or something. So yeah, it's good that they're doing them more frequently, but as a free-to-play, it's a bit harder to be able to do a lot of it, because you can't build up those badges. And obviously you can buy the badge plaques and all that sort of stuff, but then that's going to cost quite a bit of gems, and if you're going for pets and accessories and stuff, blah 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 blah. So anyway, I prefer it, even not having as many badges and stuff, because it's just, yeah, it's more stuff to do, it's more gameplay to be had, and in general that's good, right? But Expedition is definitely the best, definitely, because it's just like another raid, and it feels like another raid. It feels like you're doing something. GVG sucks because it's boring as hell, and it's frustrating, especially if you go in there and you have like a they have like a really good tank and a few healers or something. Well, not healers, but people with healing pets, and oh, it's going to be even worse next one because this new freaking gun that's just come out, and you can sit there and like literally be in a one GVG match for like 10 minutes. Sometimes you can't, like, they can't kill you, you can't kill them, and it just goes forever, and then you end up just kind of giving up and walking away, and then just coming back and seeing if it's finished, and it's not, so you just walk away and come back and see if it's finished. That's where my, like, I made a GVG and PvP, a GVG PvP like an updated tips video thing, where if you're kind of at a stalemate, or there's like a particular enemy that's being a pain in the ass and you can't get rid of, just use your number one, like, auto attack, non-SP attack. Hey Chino, how you doing? GV is the worst of the 3 badge events. Yeah, exactly. I agree. So you just spam number 1, or your free move that doesn't cost SP, and you build everyone up to 4 SP, and then you use everybody's, like, mount attack, if they've got an offensive mount, to target if they've got targeted, or just in general, just to burn someone down with as much damage as possible. And then if you get one person down, it's then 4 on 3, and you've got like a much better chance of winning, or it going quicker or whatnot. But if you do that, and you know, the person just blocks it or absorbs it or whatever, and it doesn't actually do any damage, or it doesn't kill someone, then you're just back to being auto. And sometimes GVG, like, I'm sure you've all experienced it, right? It just takes freaking forever. Yeah, exactly what William said. GVG is a pain, Invasion is boring, Expedition is awesome. Summed it up perfectly, as you quite often do, actually. I rant for like 10 minutes and then you come in with one sentence and say everything that I wanted to say. So, thanks for that. Yeah, I couldn't have summed it up better. You need to turn bits on when you can... You need to turn bits on when you can. Some people only donate them in that. Yes, I do. I definitely do. As I mentioned at the start, I don't know if you hear when the start of the stream, I think you just joined, right? This is my first stream. I only started configuring and figuring out Twitch yesterday with the help of Zaki, Spooder, and Sam. So I've already told them thanks, but thanks again. And was working on my OBS and settings and stream quality and all that sort of stuff. By the way, let me know if the quality is okay. It should be 1080p, 60 FPS. But again, first stream, testing stuff, I don't know. But the big problem was, I set it all up and everything was fine, and the webcam is clearer than YouTube. Sweet. Yeah, because YouTube, I've got it encoded, and then I can only render to 30 FPS because my encoding software only has 30 FPS. But I can upgrade it to 60 FPS. It's just going to cost me 150 bucks. I know there's free ones out there that do 60 FPS, but I really like the one I have, and I know it back to front, and I know what I'm doing, so I just prefer to do that. So because it's 30 FPS, and you render and encode, and then when you upload to YouTube, they render and encode it, it just loses quality at every step. Okay, so that's good, that it looks good. That makes me happy. Anyway, what I was saying is I got all the settings done, and I configured OBS and did like hours of testing the stream and all these things, and was happy with it and was content with it, and you know, went to bed with a smile on my face, knowing that I was going to get up tomorrow and do this. The reset for me is 10 AM. So I got up at 9 o'clock, 9:30, turned on the PC to get all started, and started up OBS, and it's like, terms and conditions, something, you know, click accept, and I'm like, what the hell is this? Yeah, accept. And then OBS starts, and literally it's all reset. I lost all my sources, I lost all of my scenes, I lost all of my setting, everything just factory reset to 0. And I'm like, what the shit? I didn't do anything. I just shut my computer down, started up the next day, and it's all gone. So that sucks, man, because now I have to reset everything. Luckily, Bit Heroes is like, it's Bit Heroes, right? So it's not really that strenuous. So I can just, you know, it's not gonna... like if I was playing God of War or something, right? It's a lot more shit for the game to render and the software to render and record and all the rest of it. Bit Heroes is pretty, like, you know, it's pretty basic. So I need to redo the settings for everything else. And then PS4 is particularly a pain in the ass because it's got the delay. And you have to set up like microphone delay and webcam delay, and you have to sync it, and then you have to get the setting. I'm not looking forward to doing all that again. Anyway, it pissed me off that it reset for absolutely no reason. I don't know what's happened, but I'm a bit pissed about it. Is it just me, or is Bit Heroes becoming yet another idle mobile game? Yeah, man, that's where it's at. I don't want to do stuff. I mean, it's always been an idle mobile game in my eyes. You can play it manual. You can play any idle game manual, right? Well, that's not entirely true. You can play a lot of idle games manual. All idle all the time. I agree. Oh, shit. Oh, we forgot to turn that off. Okay, see? You gotta remember to turn that shit off. I legit press auto, especially rates. Yeah, manuals for suckers. I mean, watch anime in between. Yeah, well, I mean, I never manual ever. I hate it. I just hate it. I do a lot, like, I have a lot of games that I play. Like on mobile, I play Bit Heroes, I play Idle Heroes, and I play Hero Hunters. All of them have heroes in the name, which I laugh about sometimes. I just sit there laughing to myself. And they're all great. I like them all a lot. I've been playing Idle Heroes longer than Bit Heroes, actually. I love that game. It's great. If you haven't played it, you should play it. I've got a few videos on the channel about it. I've been asked a million times to make some, let's turn this back on, some beginner guides and stuff, and I planned to do that, but I run my Idle Heroes for recording through BlueStacks, which is like a emulator software thing, and it doesn't have the best reputation like any emulator. People say, you know, you can get viruses and this, that, the other, and blah blah blah. And so now, like, it's been running fine for me, and I haven't noticed any difference, apart from maybe it wiped my OBS. Maybe that's what happened, I don't know. But now I'm a bit like ambivalent about it. I'm like, about doing it. I could record it on my phone, but recording on your phone, like, and then doing commentary and all the rest of it sucks. So using an emulator is way easier. But now I'm just like a little bit scared to do it. But we'll see. We'll see. The tab's just always open. I tried it out and didn't like the cap on storage for monsters. You talking about Idle? Idle Heroes? Summoner's War. I've heard of that. I don't know what it is. I think I may have played that for like an Overworld or something. I'm pretty sure I have. Yeah, Idle Heroes, it's pretty confusing, right? I mean, Bit Heroes is the same. When you start out at Bit Heroes, you start out and you do the like 5-minute tutorial or something. You're like, oh sweet, I go in to a dungeon and I you know, catch Pokemon effectively, and I use them in flags, sorry, and then I use them in the dungeons to do things. Oh, someone's added me as a friend. Oh, I can use this guy in my dungeon. Da da da. Sweet. And at the start, it's like pretty, you know, the first 20 levels or something. It's fine. And then you start collecting gear, and then you got to level up, and you're like, oh shit, what points do I put in? And then it's like, what's this accessory and pets all about, and which ones are good? And then, you know, you start getting to rage, and you're like, oh crap, I got a legendary. Oh, I'll start upgrading this, and then you waste all your materials, start upgrading, and just it goes on and on and on, and it gets super in depth pretty damn quick. Idle Heroes is the same. It kind of teaches you about 10% of the basics in the tutorial. And then it just lets you fight for yourself. And there's a lot of shit in there that it doesn't teach you. A lot of games do this. Like the Dark Souls games, just throw you in there. They're like, have fun. Like, they don't teach you anything. So, yeah, there's quite a few games that do that. So it's good to have, like, guides or something. I know some people prefer written guides. And I've been asked to do written guides as well. There's no chance of me ever doing that. I'm not going to sit there and type up stuff. I prefer to just get on and ramble about stuff. I know I rant and I get off topic and I go on tangents and stuff, but a lot of the things I say, particularly my 10-part beginner guide thing, like, I think I've received maybe a handful, maybe 5, possibly 10, like, negative comments for that whole series. So apparently that's really good. which I'm glad about. Like, I'm not egotistical at all, and I don't have a big head, and it's hard for me to take compliments and stuff. So that's really good that it helps people. And I guess it does, because I get told that a lot, so I'm happy about that. I have 3 shard baskets to attack Raid 2 and Raid 4 tonight. You gotta catch me getting my Walkham scam tonight, game over. Nah, man. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Idle Heroes that played for half 1 to 2 weeks and got Zia. Yeah, she's awesome, man. They couldn't get the storage to get a good monster fusion, so spent all the gems or whatever and then quit. Yeah, Idle Heroes, it's hard. It's hard to explain as well. I'm not going to try and explain it. Plus, it's a big Heroes video. But if you are interested in Idle Heroes, if you don't know what the hell we're talking about, I do have 5 videos on the channel. That's not really going to explain too much about how it works. And again, I've been asked to do beginning guides and stuff, and I'll probably do it. Guides are really hard to do because you've got to, as a player that's been playing for ages, you know everything, right? You know how everything works. And then you've got to think, you've got to like dumb yourself down to, if I was to start, what would I need to know? And sometimes you forget things, and you've got to plan out, fucking cat hair. You've got to plan out the video and like what you want to talk about in what part and all the rest of it. So it's actually quite a bit of work to do a beginner guide. But it's also really rewarding for the people that watch it if it helps them, and rewarding for me knowing that I'm helping people. That's the best part. So I like hearing that I help people, because that's the whole reason I make these videos, right? Well, not so much these let's play stuff of Bit Heroes, like the daily Thursday, Sunday videos, because that's just me talking about rubbish and trying to be entertaining. But the guides and stuff, that's why I made them, to be helpful, not for any other reason, really. Too many games have heroes in their name. It's true. Thanks, Zell. Yeah, I hope to. Emblem, Fire Emblem Heroes. I've played Fire Emblem Awakening, maybe, on 3DS. Came out like 4 years ago or something. And those types of games are my jam, man. It's like XCOM, right? Like the tactical turn-based thing where you get into, well, I don't think there was cover in Fire Emblem, but you could partner up your heroes or something. I can't remember. It's been a while since I played it. And holy shit, is that game hard. Either it's super hard, or I just don't understand how to play it properly. And then there's like a mode where you can do, which is how I play all of those games, like XCOM and stuff. Like if someone dies, that's it. You don't save scum and you don't reload and get them back or whatever. I think there was a mode in it where if someone died, they just rezzed after the battle, and you just could use them over and over again. Kind of like in Bit Heroes, right? If Eagle was to die here, it's just like, he's gone. His account just disappears. You know, you just, at the end of the thing, you start up the next raid and they're dead. But in like XCOM and other games similar to that, if someone dies, I never just reload and stuff. So it had a mode where that would happen, where they would just reload and res and stuff. And then they had one where if they died, they're dead for good. And I always did, if they died, they're dead for good, because that's the way I play. But I would only like get a couple of hours in and then just lose a heap of heroes in like one battle. And I'm just like, holy shit, and then I had to start again. And I could just never get past like a few hours in. So I don't know, maybe I just sucked and didn't understand the mechanics that well. The true game away. Yeah, man. Yeah, none of this save scrubbing stuff. Save scumming. I love those tactical games. There was one that came out last year, and I have, but I never played it. And I thought about doing a stream of it. Although there's about 100 games I want to stream, so I'll probably put a poll up on Discord and find out what people like let's play stuff want me to stream, because there's a few that I want to do. I want to do, like, I would like to do, and these are the ones I'll put up for the poll. Like, I would really like to do a full playthrough of Subnautica, because I've only ever played it. I've got a playthrough on the channel. But I only ever played through it on the beta, and it was buggy, and the FPS was horrible, and all the rest of it, but I freaking love that game. So I would like to do it now that it's been fully released, and they've ironed out all the kinks, and it's optimized, and all the rest of it. I'd like to do a stream of Subnautica, because that game kicks ass. I would like to do Dragon Quest XI, because I have that on PS4, and I played like 5-6 hours of it or something, and then realized it was going to take a hell of a long time to finish, and you know, real life gets in the way and all that sort of stuff, so I thought we could just do that as a stream as well, like do a couple of episodes a week. Ditto to that was Ni no Kuni 2, and then this game I was talking about, like XCOM, I think it's called like Mutant something. I'm not too sure about it, but I saw it and I'm like, that looks freaking cool. And I got it as part of Humble Bundle, which was nice. XCOM like game Mutant. Let's see if it comes up. Mutant Year Zero? That's not it. Oh, it is. Mutant, yeah, because like you play as a woman and you have like a duck and a pig. I don't know. They're like your party members. I don't know if you get more party members. But I saw it, and then I saw like a brief like 5-minute gameplay of it and stuff. Because I generally, movies, games, whatever it is, I don't really look at trailers. I don't look at gameplay before the game comes out, all that sort of stuff, if I'm interested in the game, because I don't want to be spoiled. So I stay as spoiler free for everything as I possibly can. Currently doing God of War on the PS4 on Let's Play for the channel. I know nothing about that game, and that was on purpose. And somehow I've stayed spoiler free this whole time, because that came out like midway through last year, maybe a year ago, something like that. I don't know. So yeah, I stay as spoiler free as I possibly can. I didn't know anything about Endgame. I still don't know anything about the new Star Wars movie coming out. Like, if I'm in the cinemas and that comes on, I literally, like, if I'm wearing a hoodie, I put the hoodie over my head, I put my fingers in my ears and hum to myself, and all my friends give me shit, and I'm like, I don't want to know, man. Do not want to know. So yeah, I watched 5 minutes like gameplay of it, which was back at E3 or a beta of it or something, just to see what type of game it was. I'm like, ah, shit, this is like XCOM. And then, yeah, picked it up. Would you mind giving us your thoughts about what T11 might end up being like? Sure. In my opinion, it'll end like chaotic. What the hell's chaotic? What'll end up like chaotic? I'm not too sure what you mean. Love games like Dragon Quest and Ni no Kuni. They take a long time. But yeah, that's why I thought doing it on a stream would be good. Because if I stream for like 4 or 5 hours on a, you know, Saturday or something, then I can just like break that up into 4 or 5 1-hour videos and put it up. Now, actually, that's a good topic to. I'll get onto what I think T11 will be, although I hadn't actually thought about that. So we'll have that discussion in a minute. It'll end like the others. What will? I just mentioned a lot of stuff. I don't know what you're actually talking about, which game you're talking about. Yeah, so with the stream, so say we do, I don't know, let's say we do Dragon Quest XI, or Ni no Kuni 2 as Oilam. Sorry, your name's blue and I couldn't quite read it. Just said. So we'll say Ni no Kuni 2. Ni no Kuni 2. So say that's like a 60-hour game or something, right? And we do like, you know, 4 or 5 hours once a week as a stream or something like that. Rather than putting well, let me know, actually. Would you prefer me to put the 4 or 5 hour video up, or would you prefer me to break it into 4 or 5 1-hour videos? Putting the 4 or 5 hour video up is much easier and is less work for me, but I understand watching a 4 or 5 hour video can be a pain, especially if you're going to watch it in like, you know, watch an hour here and then watch an hour there. Sometimes like it doesn't load you back to where you were watching it and all that sort of stuff, whereas like 1-hour videos, you can just watch a chunk of it and then like watch an hour and then watch the next hour later and all that sort of stuff. We actually had someone fully die. It's not good. So we could do that way, but 65-minute videos. Yeah, that's what I thought. And hello, Zach. How you doing? So, oh my god. Let me talk. Stupid rock man. Okay, we got it done. Yeah, so when I was thinking about making a second channel, like Chook Live or something, but I decided against that because one channel is hard enough. So I'll probably just call it, like, say, Ni no Kuni 2. I'll probably just call it, like, Chook Stream, Ni no Kuni 2, Episode 1, Episode 2, Episode 3, or whatever. I won't really put a heading or anything in it. And then on the thumbnail, like, I'll have, like, a big stamp that says stream or something. So that, like, it differentiates the stream video. Oh my god, Eagle, come on, you can do it. There we go. It differentiates the stream videos from just, like, the normal videos. But what's the problem is, if I'm going to upload like 4 1-hour videos or something, I'll probably upload them all at the same time. So when you check your feed, there's going to be like, you know, Big Hero Sunday Item Find video and then 4 stream videos. But that's really the only way I can do it. I'm not going to publish them at separate times because that's just too much work. And you know, if someone wants to binge them, they have to wait a day, and then there's like 2 uploads a day, and I'll just upload them all at the same time. And, you know, make a playlist or something. It's probably the easiest way to do it. Man, that would be an all-day affair. Would be cool at work, but probably folks would get like 1-hour videos. I'm a 5-hour guy myself. Equal OP, oh my god. Yeah, I actually saw a video of someone doing, I don't know who it was, I can't remember off the top of my head now, of doing this raid with their familiars, which is impressive. And someone like 2 or 3 manning it as well, which is impressive. No doubt they used SS1 or whatever his name is. Or, you know, the super OP people. Let's do some world boss, because this is full. We may as well get some regen, right? If any of you guys are playing right now, and you want to form a world boss party, you can definitely do that. Okay, tier 11. Oh, right, it'll end just like the others, the tier 11. Right, yes. Yes, it will. Well, every tier is the same, right? As far as that goes. And as I've mentioned before, it basically takes me the whole tier's time to get full TS, and then within a week or 2, the new tier comes out. So in that sense, I was talking with William about this as well. The sense of progression is good, because it takes you the whole tier to get... Hey, grass. Every time, man, every time. Every time I record, or in this case stream, or somehow do anything, you get shit. Son of a bitch. Your RNG is ridiculous. Okay, let's do world boss. I bet you freaking did, man. James Cardwell, you're roasty, right? It's now going to be impossible to new. If you're starting right now as free to play, yeah, you're in for some hurt, I guess. But you know, it's still fun, right? You never, even me as a free to play player, I'm not competitive. Yeah, I thought that was you. You're on my friends list somewhere. And you is. Does anyone else want in on the world boss? Yeah, I'm not competitive at all for like my level. There's people that are, what am I, like level 315? There are people like level 215 that have higher TS and stuff than me. But my, you'll join world boss, sweet. Yeah, I did it like as a test, right? I played Clash of Clans as well for like 4 years or something, and I never spent a cent on that either. And part of it is, I'll jump on, okay, lucky. I thought you quit, dude. I mean, I'm glad you didn't, but I thought you did. My god, I've completely forgotten what I was talking about. Oh yeah, me being competitive. Suspicious. Yeah, I'll jump on, but I've quit. Yeah, I'm not competitive. I just did this initially before I started even thinking about making videos or something on it as a test, because some games come out and you're like Idle Heroes, for instance. I've put money in. I think I've been playing it for over 2 years, maybe 2.5 years, something like that. Definitely longer than Bid Heroes. And I think I'm VIP 5, so I think in total I've put about $150 into it over 2.5 years or something. So that's not too bad. If you know, over that amount of time. But that's because this was before Bid Heroes, and it was my main mobile game for the time, and I just really enjoyed it. So I thought, why not? And like League of Legends, right? 100% free to play. Putting money into it gives you absolutely no advantage whatsoever. Putting money into Idle Heroes or Bid Heroes gives you a huge advantage. League of Legends gives you no advantage. It's just cosmetics, which is the microtransactions I'm all about. It's the same thing with Overwatch, although Overwatch is overpriced. You know, getting the loot boxes and all that sort of stuff. It's all just cosmetics, and that's the stuff that I'm all about. So in League, I played League for, I don't know, 5 years or something, and the community eventually broke me because they're all like, well, not all, but a lot of them are like 12-year-old, like just lit fam yeet retards. Sorry, I shouldn't say retards. And it just broke me down, and I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. So my channel actually started as a League of Legends channel. I did a bunch of guides and like daily video gameplays and all the rest of it with friends and you know, stupid banter and making jokes and all that sort of stuff. And that was what I started at as. It took me like 1.5 years to get 500 subs. So you know, I did the hard yards and stuff, and loved it back in the day. But yeah, and then a few people tried to get me back into it. Like Exiled is like, man, you need to come and play League, and I'm like, no, no, I quit. Anyway, why I'm mentioning League is I spent, you know, probably a couple $100 on that over the 5 years, getting cosmetics and stuff. Again, it's alright. You think about, like, you know, a new game comes out and you spend $80 on it or something. This is Australian, I don't know what it is in US or UK or wherever you're from. But here in Australia, because everything is super expensive, a new game will come out and, you know, it's like $80. And, you know, depending on what it is, you might get 20 hours out of it or something. I put more than 20 hours a week into League. So if I spent $200 on skins or something over 5 years, it's marginal, really. I played Clash, but they kept changing the ruining strategies. I love Bid Heroes because it's balanced gameplay and the devs don't screw with the game that much. It's so weird but sad. Games where the devs are nice and the community, most of this is horrible. Yeah, League has the worst community. It's nice to play Bid Heroes where other players want you to get better. Yeah, League community is cancer trash. Oh, I couldn't do it. Because I was trying to be, you know, professional and like make videos and stuff. And anytime anyone was being a dick, like I couldn't help but like in all chat being like, stop being a dick, da da da. And then it just got worse and worse. And I couldn't help but getting engaged in it and trying to like make the other person not a dick and a better person, I guess. Anyway, it just broke me. So yeah, that's League for you. In Bid Heroes, the community is incredibly nice and suggestive. But most of them, yeah. There are a few dicks around. I'm not going to name names or anything. Just once in a while, a random cancerous dude comes out of nowhere, maybe from WoW. Yeah, it's a good call, actually. Yeah, there are some people in this game that are egotistical and you know, like, I'm so good and you know, you have to prove your worth and all that sort of stuff, which is why I basically don't go on, it's the 90% of the reason I don't go on the main Bid Heroes Discord, because I went on there as an early player and I was just like, oh my god, there's so many people in here that are arseholes, just entitled, pig-headed arseholes. So I just never went back. It might be better now, I don't know. Also, I don't go there because there's just a million people on there, and it's too busy. And like, I don't know any of them and stuff. Like, the Discord that we've built is great because I know everybody, and everyone for the most part behaves themselves and is nice, and it's a friendly place to be. It's like a family. The main Bit Heroes has like a bajillion players in it, and you're just another person in the sea of people. So yeah, main Bit Heroes is chaos. Join Chook Discord. I agree. Or Fortnite. Yeah, see, Fortnite's another game, right? Shooters aren't really my jam. They're not. And battle royales are definitely not my thing. So like, even if it was a battle royale melee game, which I don't even know if that exists, or not a shooter, battle royale anything is I don't know. I don't. It doesn't appeal to me. But Fortnite was another one that just pissed me off. Again, it's not my thing, unless it's an IO game. Yeah, well, that's, yeah. Like, what was it, Slither back in the day? Holy shit, I got addicted to that for like 2 days and then never played it again. Yeah, Fortnite, right? It's the same thing. It's the mentality of the opposition you're up against. They could be a 40-year-old dude, but they act like a 12-year-old kid. And I know it sounds like I'm ragging on 12-year-old kids. I'm not trying to. I'm just saying the mentality of a 12-year-old kid is not as mature as like an adult, and sometimes they do dumb shit. There's a heap of young people I know that are mature as hell and are awesome. And then there's a heap that I know that are just cringy and stuff. So yeah, I guess it's the cringy ones that I run into more often. Back in the day, Agar, I don't know what Agar is, but there's like 100 million different IO games. So was Agar the one where you made like you made your own like land, effectively, like your own squares, and then you went into other people's land and took over theirs, and if they caught you while you were outside of your area, they could kill you? Is that what Agar was? I remember that one being super popular. Whether I explained that enough for you to know what the hell I'm talking about. But yeah, with Fortnite, what pissed me off is that I was bad at it, but that's fine. Like, I don't mind playing games I'm bad at. You can only get better, right? But what annoyed me was the majority, like the vast majority of people that I played against would kill you, and then they come up to you and like emote on your body like over and over again. It's just like, why? Just don't be a dick, man. Like it gets to me more than it should that people are just dicks. Like League, right? When League brought in the banner thing where you could like press, what was it called, banner or emote? Or no, it wasn't emote. It was something. I'm gonna call it banner. And you could press it, and it would just like come up with a banner of something, I don't know. And people would kill you, and then just stand over the top of you and just spam it, so the banner would just be like ching 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 ching. And it was like, oh my god, that's so fucking annoying. Like, why? It's such a immature thing to do. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I just get triggered by that stuff too easily. I mean, I definitely do, and I shouldn't, but I can't help it. I don't get triggered a lot by stuff, because it's just like, whatever, like, you're just being a dick. But that stuff really pisses me off. So, I've got a lot of friends that play Fortnite, and I've talked to them about that, and they're like, really? That's like happened to me like once. And I'm like, well, like, every third game it would happen to me, so. Pretty sure there's a lot of people, yeah, right? It's just a really immature thing to do. I don't know, if you do it, that's fine, like if you get enjoyment out of it, but it annoys me. So in recent years, I've just pretty much, oh yes, the sun is coming in and the webcam has gone to shit. In recent times, I've just gone away from competitive games in general, because I got burnt out by, oh, I'm out of energy apparently. Frick, that went quick, holy shit. Thanks, I guess. Well, not I guess, but thanks. Let's go back to raids. Yeah, I just got burnt out with competitive stuff because a lot of the people you play against did that sort of thing. So I've just been playing like RPGs, and because I love RPGs, and single player stuff, or co-op stuff. Co-op's great. But yeah, competitive stuff I've kind of benched in the last few years. Thank you as well. Did anyone get anything? I don't think I got anything, but I wasn't really paying too much attention. Hopefully someone got something. Item find day, OP. Right, you get no items. And then capture rate day, that's when you get your legs. Nothing? But yeah, shooters aren't really my thing. Elven chest and some junk. But I do love me some Borderlands. Like that's some good shit. That's my kind of shooter, right? It's like an RPG Diablo loot fest, but as a shooter, that's great. That's what I want. And Borderlands basically invented that. I meant you, not me. I wasn't in the world bus. Oh, so I did get a drop? Did I? No, I didn't get shit. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, Borderlands is great because it doesn't take itself too seriously at all. Well, it doesn't take itself seriously at all. And they're the kind of games I like, really. So like, in that way, Fortnite was good because PUBG was just generic as hell to me. It's just like, okay, it's realistic shooter with, you know, like AK-47s and all this sort of stuff. Those, like, you know, COD type games have been done to death. I know it was a battle royale and it wasn't just a deathmatch and all the rest of it, but that type of stuff is done to death. And then Fortnite came out, it was all like colourful and it's got stupid guns and disco balls and all this sort of stuff, and I'm like, this is much more my thing. If I was going to play a battle royale, Fortnite would be the one. And then recently the Apex Legends thing came out, and I'm like, again, battle royales are my thing, but it blew up all over the internet and stuff. And I love Titanfall 2. Like, that game was, the campaign of that game was fantastic. And it's the Titanfall devs and it's Titanfall universe and stuff. I'm like, okay, I'll give it a go just because of the Titanfall aspect. And I think I played like 10 games and gave up. But it did come second in a team of, well, it's all team of 3, isn't it? It was only that. I think I got like 3 kills. So yeah, I'm trash. But that was alright for the couple of hours I played. But same thing, races bore the crap out of me. Mario Kart, freaking awesome. I like the dumb versions of games, and Borderlands is the dumb version of a shooter. So yeah, I got Village last night, and the UMD was that today, and about 6 legendaries from Raid 6 Heroic today. Your RNG is ridiculous, and I need about 8 more legendaries to push the last 5 flags to tier 10. Been a good week. I really want to push to T10 this week. Hope you get at least 2. Thank you. PUBG is glitchy as hell. Don't even get a kill. Well, a lot of the times I don't, but in that particular game, I got 3, I think. I don't know. I think I'm pretty sure I put a screenshot of it up in Discord, but you know, that's a long time ago. And Discord, I don't know back to front. Is there a way to view like all the previous media that people have put up? Like, is there like a database of it that you can just go through and look at all the old stuff? I don't think there is. Why are you not fishing? Oh shit, that's right. We were going to do a fishing stream. Oh man. Well, but I can't do that today because this will be like a million years long. RNG is your aim, yeah, right. It's a random chance to hit somebody. Still waiting for tier 11 thoughts. Oh yeah, holy crap. Also, you should be tier 10 by now with your luck. Like, what are you doing? Be more of a scrub. I will do a fishing stream because I got, like, you guys, I don't know whether it was a dare or you were joking, but if that was the case, I called you bluff. I'm definitely going to do it. Okay, before I get distracted, tier 11 thoughts. I would think that, like I said, I hadn't thought about this, so I'm thinking about it off the top of my head right now. They made quite a few gameplay changes when tier 10 came out. Like, they fixed or adjusted the tank and DPS thing, but that's only for PvP. Alright, tanks still have an easy mode compared to DPS. Like tanks, you just go a tank or a bait or whatever you want, and then you just get 2 healers. Fams, so if, say Walkham for instance, you just get 2 +5 Walkhams. So you make a +5 Walkham. Sweet. You make 1 more Walkham, you've got 2 +5 Walkhams. So in that sense, you need to make way less familiars, you need to do way less farming, and you just, yeah, you're a tank, so you have mitigation and stuff and you don't die as quickly, and in general, it's just way easier, right? As DPS, you need a tank fam, you need a healer fam, and then you're the DPS, and it's a lot harder, and you die quickly and all that good stuff. We want fishing. Fish for 3 hours straight. Want to see a unicorn fish. I don't believe they exist. Chook needs to catch one on live stream, please and thank you. We can do some fishing now, like after this if you want. You can do like 20 minutes of fishing or something. I mean, I can do an hour of fishing, but the stream's going to be super long. And considering it's on a Sunday item find video stream thing, I mean, we can do it, right? We can definitely do it. Maybe we'll do don't catch any ducks. yeah, I haven't caught another duck since. Maybe we'll end this stream, the Sunday item find one, so I can upload that, and then we'll start a new stream straight away, and we'll do some fishing if you want. We can do that. Anyway, so when they introduced T10, they fixed the DPS tank thing because tank was OP and all the rest of it in PvP. It's not really fixed, I guess, because tanks are still overpowered compared to DPS, but in PvE and running Trials Gauntlet and flags and all that sort of stuff, tanks still have a way better time. So in general, tanks are way better at this game than, well, have a way easier time in this game than DPS do. So they also brought in a heap of other changes, which I can't think of off the top of my head. Some quality of life stuff and whatnot. So I think in the new tier, they won't make too many drastic changes. Maybe they might tweak some other stuff, but I don't think they'll introduce like a heap of new mechanics or anything like that, because they did like quite a big overhaul for T10. I think they might add 1 or 2 things, or just 1 or 2 things, but it won't be as much as they did. Make it so devs see it and make finally the rework of fishing, yeah. Take into account tank is an easier time item find if they're mostly fully geared properly. Wait, no, sorry, not item find. Have an easier time if they're mostly fully geared. Yeah. Well, in general, I think they have an easier time. Especially with the familiars, like I was talking about. Like, if you want 2 healer familiars or 2 DPS familiars, or in the case of Walkham or Wembo or something, it's a DPS and healer familiar. You make 1, you get 5 more to stable at +5, so that's 6. You then make another one, 7, and you're done. For like Trials Gauntlet, flags, all that sort of stuff. Whereas DPS, you make a Wembo or Walkham or whatever it is, and then 1, and then you get 5 more to stable it. There's 6 familiars. Then you do the same thing for like a Bobodon, 1 and then another 5. That's another 6. So you're making 12, whereas the other person's making 7. The tank's making 7. So in that sense, it's super, like, a lot easier and a lot quicker. And just in general, you know, being a tank and taking less damage and all the rest of it, letting your fams do the work, is pretty good. And baits probably have it even easier because they've still got like a heap of power and DPS from just raw damage, but still have all the tanky stats. So ideally, they've got the best of the bunch, I would say. Like if you were DPS, if I was DPS but was really tanky, I would be a bait, right? And you got the best of both worlds. You're tanky, you do a bunch of damage, and you only need 7 familiars. It's the best. How long is T10 out now? How long has it been out? I think it was March, so like a few months. So each tier comes out like every 5 to 6 months ish. So I would say the next one would be, well, what's March plus 6? 5 or 6 months, like September, is that right? March, April, May, June, July, August. Yeah, August, September-ish, I would say, will be the new tier, providing they keep the same timeline as they have before. If they some random free to play like me, they have a hard time. Yeah, free to play is hard, man. Free to play DPS. That's hard mode, right? That's Dark Souls mode. So going back, I wish I had have gone tank, but I go tank in every game I ever play ever. So I've talked about this in length before. That's why I thought I'd go DPS in this, just for something different. But I should have sticked with my guns and what I like and gone tank. Hoping to get my DPS max before tier 11. Yeah, that would be good. That's what I'm hoping for as well. Mega Man Blaster only mode. Okay, so getting back to other predictions for tier 11. I think maybe, or hopefully, or it's like overdue, some mix of those three things, that a healer subclass should be introduced. So at the moment there's like tank sets and there's DPS sets, and occasionally here and there there'll be like a healing mythic, or there'll be some healing something like the gun at the moment type thing. But I think it was like raid 6 or something, raid 5 even maybe, there was like a healing set. I can't remember what it was, but there was some healing set. I remember a guildie back in the day had it and just healed like a beast. But I think they should make a healing subclass. So there'll be like a tank set from, I don't know, like maybe there'll be a tank and DPS set from the raid, and then a healer set from Trials Gauntlet or something. That would be good, because then it would give a bit more variety to the game without changing the game too much. So if you play, like, say you play World of Warcraft, and you go, okay, I've got a warrior and I play him as a tank, and then I got a hunter and I play him as a DPS, and then I've got a priest and I play as a healer. You know, you have all these different characters and you can log in and play whichever one you feel like doing. Whereas in Bid Heroes, you're basically a tank or a DPS. So having a healer would give a lot more flavor to the game without really changing the game. So hopefully something like that happens. That would be pretty cool. Luminary was the actual last pure healer set. Luminary. What was that, like raid 5 or something? Not raid 5, sorry, tier 5. It was somewhere around there, I think. I can't remember the bonuses or anything, but I remember it being a set, a healer set. But yeah, if they made a healer subclass effectively, or healer class, I should say. Raid 5, tier 8. Yeah, okay, cool. I think like as a regular thing, each tier, and started giving more mythics, like when expeditions and stuff come out, like healer specific stuff, that would be pretty cool. So maybe that. Of course, there'll be more schematics and stuff. There'll be more, you know, legendaries and mythics and all the rest of it. Mythic fans are basically pointless unless you're a whale, right? I mean, getting a one-off thing like Zarlok as a one-off, like, awesome, because he's really good. But we talked about augments before and how important they are for stabling and stuff. And stabling a mythic is pretty much, I don't want you. Why aren't you duo bombs or Driffin, son of a bitch? You're just gonna put mold everywhere in the sex dungeon. I don't know if I want you. Oh shit, we got a moldy sex dungeon. That's not gonna help Driffin want to come at all. And he won't come if he's not in the sex dungeon. Freaking Driffin, pain in the ass. I wish in tier 11 they would allow you to use gold and epic materials and use a set you have at the max, but change a set from tank to healer. So change crits on the fungus. It's always the fams you don't want. Exactly it. So are you saying, like, if you had this tank set from raid, what are we in? I always forget what raid this is. Is it raid? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Raid 7. So if you had the tank set from raid 7, you could just spend a lot of resources and swap it to another raid, to another set. That's interesting. I'd never thought about that. Okay, we've got natural regen. Let's do it. I hadn't thought about that. but that could be cool, because that's not really breaking the game either, because you would need the whole set. I think just tell the game you don't want duo bombs, but you do want it, so it gives it to you. Well, that's kind of like abusing it, right? Like, fuck you, don't join me. Reverse psychology doesn't work anymore. It did work for a while there, but it doesn't work anymore. But secretly you want it, yeah. I would say there has to be like caveats and rules for that sort of thing. So I would say if you got a full set and you used materials and resources and stuff to swap it to a different set, that could be a thing. But I don't think swapping each individual piece is a good idea, because then you could just, like, at the moment, right, the DPS set is Trials Gauntlet 680. So if you were to get like the tank chest from Raid and just swap it to the Raid, the DPS set, you're like effectively doing Trials Gauntlet 680 without doing it, if that makes sense. But if you got the full set and then, you know, spent whatever resources it was to swap it to a different set, that could definitely be something interesting. We had a chat the other day. What was it about? About basically doing the same thing but with familiars, right? And that's a really risky thing. We just got a health shrine after spending a max potion, didn't we? Oh, I got like 300 or something. Yeah, doing that sort of thing but with a raid familiar, or a familiar in general, I guess. So say I want to joy bombs, right? Could I trade, and it would have to be from the same raid, right? So could I trade like 5 blue dogs for 1 joy bombs? Like, that's trading a lot of fams for 1, but if you have a heap of fams that you don't want or need, like the blue dogs, trading them in to get 1 that you do need, I don't see that as too big of a problem. But it definitely needs to have rules and stuff to it, like it being in the same raid or something. Because, you know, if you could just swap anything for anything, that would be because you could just go, okay, well, I've got all this stuff from raid 1, I don't need it, bang, I've got a duo bombs. I think it would need to be in the same raid, same tier, all that sort of thing for it to be fair. And then you would have to think about how many you would sacrifice to fuse a different one, like how many you would trade. It couldn't just be 2 or something, it'd have to be like 4 or 5 to make it hard enough to do it and make it worthwhile type thing. You could only change it after you have all pieces and maxed out. Okay, yeah, so that's got like a fair amount of resistance to it, a fair amount of rules to it. That's cool, I don't mind that. I don't know how, yeah, it's a cool idea. I'm not sure how they would implement it or something, but it's definitely a cool idea. Make it plus level 500 plus players are able to give away stuff. No. That's a horrible idea. That's like trading. That would just break the game. No, I don't like that at all. The only trade thing I would be good is to trade 3 of the same fam to get a random fam from the same raid. Yeah. So trade the 3 of the same fam to get a random fam. Okay. So putting the random aspect into it. So effectively you could trade 3 blue dogs to get 1 blue dog. Man, how much would that suck? That's probably more likely, because if you think about up-tiering, if you think about trying to get a different set piece of the set that you're in, oh yeah, I forgot to turn this off. So if you go to like the trade option in the crafting menu, and you know you have 2 pieces of the same set, so you have like 2 chest pieces of the same set, you can like re-roll it effectively to get a random other piece of that set. So you could re-roll the chest piece into the same set and get another chest piece, which I've definitely done before, and that sucked. Even more RNG involved. Yeah, they just like RNG and screwing you over. Let people trade stuff. Will cause probably selling your stuff for real money. Yeah, exactly. I touched on that in one of the last videos, one of the recent videos. We talked about the Diablo 3 auction house, how people sold stuff for real money. Because if you just traded anything, like say you started out playing and you're like level even level 100 or something. So, you know, even if they put a restriction of level 100, still not going to make a difference, because you could be like level 100 and then be like, oh yeah, and you just have like someone high on your friends list or something that just saved all their gear, and they've got like max tier 4 gear or something, and they're just like, here, have it. And then all of a sudden you didn't work for anything, you just basically paid your way through, and I don't know, it seems dumb. So any form of trading in any game, I think, is a bad deal. Trading kills a lot of games. Yeah, absolutely agree. All right, well, what's that, like an hour and a half? It's pretty good. Let's leave it here, right? This will be the Sunday item find video that is put up. So obviously if you're watching this and you missed the stream, it's just a normal video, but me interacting with people, which is cool. If you would like to see further streams, then go and join the Discord. Oh, I thought that was the new mount, but it was not. Go join the Discord. I've made a Chook stream like room in that Discord, and that's when I will announce that I'm going live and all that sort of thing. And if you haven't joined the Discord already for any other reason, there's, you know, the Bit Heroes room where people give away friend slots. There's giveaways where I give away slots for high level players that give me slots. So like, hey man, I've got, you know, 5 slots for your community. You can give them away, all that sort of stuff. I do give away of games where, you know, something will happen and I feel grateful, and I'll be like, all right, I'll do a giveaway. And so recently I gave away Assassin's Creed Origins and Yakuza 0, and I've given away like Overwatch and stuff in the past. So, you know, if you want a chance of getting free stuff, then you can join. And if you just want to join like-minded people, Bit Heroes community, or just in general, like some cool people that talk about trash and are funny, join as well. No fishing. Anyway, we'll leave it here. And then for everyone that's in this stream, I will start up a new stream and we'll go do some fishing. So that'll be fun. All right, well, as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.